Hi, I'm so glad you're here. If you're anything like me, you probably feel like you're juggling about a million things at once on any given day. You pretty much stay on top of the most important things, like bills get paid, food gets eaten, career gets careered, but often the less important things kind of get shuffled to the bottom of the pile. I used to feel really overwhelmed by all these less important tasks that I kept putting off because I was dealing with the critical things. But now I know. I'm not lazy or unmotivated, I just needed a life admin day. I talk more about the concept of life admin days in my previous admin day video, which I will link here for you, but basically it's the idea of spending a day being your own personal assistant. You run errands, take care of paperwork, and basically set yourself up for less stress and more success. So I wanted to share with you what I did on my most recent admin day. For me, the best start to a productive day is an early wake up and a morning gym session. I love my morning routine so much that I wanted to stick with it even though I had taken the day off work today and I could have slept in as late as I wanted. After I'd gotten in a good sweat, a tough leg day workout, I cleaned up and got ready for the day. Then it was time to update my planner and make sure I had today's tasks lined up. After all, I want to get the most out of this admin day, so I've got to make sure I know what I'm doing. Laying out my tasks for the day is always so therapeutic for me because if every task is on the page of my planner, that means I don't have to try to keep it in my head. That's such a huge relief, and I honestly don't know how I functioned before I started planning on paper. While I was updating today's task list, I did also film bits for my last Plan With Me video, so it took slightly longer than usual, but that's fine. There are a lot of tasks on today's list, and it does look a bit daunting. But I can cross off a couple of these already since I already woke up early and hit the gym. I'm highlighting the other tasks that are the most important for today, so I know where to focus my energy, and then I'm ready to dive in. Today's Friday, and Friday is when I change all the linens in the house. Since laundry is something that I can easily toss in while continuing to work on other tasks, it always feels to me like a really easy first step. I swapped out the sheets for a fresh set, and I did the same for the towels in the bathroom. There's nothing quite like the feeling of fresh sheets. It's one of those simple pleasures in life that just makes me so happy. I then had another quick win by putting fresh birdseed in the feeder, and I do have to sprinkle cayenne powder over the seeds to discourage the local squirrels. And then I took several plants outside for some pest treating. Both of these pothos plants have been absolutely infested with spider mites, but the weather has been so cold that I haven't been able to spray them down properly. Today was nice enough that I was able to get this done, and I'm so glad I get to cross this item off my list. Next, I've got this stack of boxes I want to sort out. I need to drop some returns off, and I'll also be dropping a sweater off to be repaired. I noticed it had a hole in it the last time I wore it, and I want to get it fixed. This is the beauty of the admin day. Nothing I've done so far has been really difficult, but it's all these small things that, like I said, often just get pushed off until I have time. The magic of the admin day is that it's you finally making that time. I also had the back of the car chock full of some things that I took to a local video game store to sell, and then I did a quick H-Mart grocery run. Then, back at home, I did one of my highest payoff tasks of the day, a ton of filming for this channel. Back out on the town several hours later, I filled the car up with gas and dropped off one return at the post office. The other return needed to be dropped off at UPS, of course, so I made a stop there as well. I also had to return a product at Sephora, and then I'm not too sure what happened, but I somehow immediately spent my refund. There's some kind of witchcraft in that store. Anyway, I made it to the dry cleaner and dropped off my holy sweater, rounding out my errands for the day. Here's what my planner looked like by the end of the day. Not everything got done, of course, since I don't think that's ever happened, but I got to cross so many things off my list. It's really incredible how taking off one day from work helps me get through so many of the things that I feel like I never have the time or focus to deal with normally. I feel so much better, and now the only thing left for me to do is schedule my next life admin day.